How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to watch Naruto Shippuden episode 455. Last episode ended with Itachi joining Anbu Black Ops.
If you want to help support our channel, our Patreon link is down in the description below. You'll get early access to all the videos that we post onto our YouTube channel, and you'll get full uncut reactions to the Naruto Shippuden series. So if you're interested in those, make sure you check that out. Now onto the anime.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Oh, what? We're back?
Okay.
It's like that small snippet.
さすが俺の子だ。暗部入り、心から頼もしく思うぞ。お前はこの葉の暗部である前に、内派一族のイタチであるとな。はい。頼めるのは親友のお前だけだ。この里、内派の名を守ってくれ。俺が死ねばいくつも状況が変わるだろう。遺書も残してきた。 止めるなよイタチ。俺の友ならば。止水。一族を裏切るような真似をしてみろ。ただじゃ済まさねえぞ。
Why did you redo the scene like so dark? It's like creepy colors and stuff.
This is what he's thinking right now. Because he didn't show us his relationship with Shishui back in the day. Squad leader? What? Yo, this is illegal!
Yeah, he's just taking Itachi?
I cannot believe this. He's like, you don't have to report to the Hokage. Like, the Hokage doesn't even know.
They have cameras everywhere watching. He just keeps emphasizing that he's Uchiha, like he's not his own person. You know?
Mm-hmm. He has it.
He has it.
第三次任界大戦の時だ。俺の友が命を捨てて俺を助けてくれた。血の涙とともに万華鏡が生じた。
I wonder what his power was.
内派一族の救いの道が記されている。だが万華鏡車輪眼をもってしても後ろの方は読めない。
What's the power?
Whoa.
What?
This is just a scenario.
He's strong enough to do that?
His
is it
eyes...
anybody? Or is
no,
it just
his.
him?
Just his.
How does he know though? If you've never tried before. Has he tried before? Oh, that's such a rough situation.
Oh my god. He made his decision.
事態は一刻を争う。奴らが事を起こす前にこちらから先手を打つのだ。内派はかつての戦友。力ではなく言葉で話しかけたい。わしが策を考える。三代目はああ言っているが、いざとなればこの葉を守るため動く。選択してほしいのだ。内派側につきクーデターを起こして家族と共に全滅するか。我らこの葉側につきクーデター前に弟だけを残して内派全滅に協力するか。内派全滅。
Freaking Hanzo, man.
任務を任せられる忍びは内派とこの葉の二重スパイであるイタチ。お前を置いて他にない。この任務。
Why did you do it? There's no one else.
里一族忍び戦いは生まれるべくして生まれるのか。里か一族か。俺はどうすればいい。おい。あんたに協力してもらいたいことがある。
Yeah, he was so quick, no one could even fight him.
Oh my god. What? His father was here? I thought he ambushed them. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, it was him that killed her. The shadow clone? But he never resisted.
Yeah.
こっちだ。罠などない。入ってこい。 のこと、殺し合いはしたくない。
Oh shit.
そうか。お前は向こうへ着いたか。
父さん、母さん、俺は。
Why are you playing this scene?
イタチ。
イタチ、最後に約束しろ。サスケのことは頼んだぞ。
This is actually the first time his father acknowledged him as himself rather than just a Uchiha.
He didn't want to have a death match with him.
How come he's reporting to him when Danzo was the one that told him to do this?
Because in the end, he's Hokage.
S クラス。根としては追撃したという体裁を整えたいんです。どうかお手柔らかに。体裁を整えるだけの立ち筋ではないな。車輪ガンなら通用しません。俺たちは隊長の目を見ませんから。
They're just trying to kill him. What a way to freaking go out. They've been on genjutsu the whole time.
What? From the beginning? I can't believe Danzo tried to fucking kill him in the end too.
Yeah.
He was actually just planning to use Itachi and that's it.
正式なメンバーではない。大した術も持たない暁の見習い小僧といったところだ。お前も今後そう接しろ。なぜ正体を隠す？内葉マダラが生きていると知られたらいろいろと面倒だから。あら、イタチくんじゃないの。お久しぶり。オロチマルさん。
Son?
そういえばお二人は同郷でしたね。懐かしの再会っすか。
He immediately goes into character.
今よりこの葉を否定しろ。これよりお前は暁のイタチだ。世界に痛みを。
Man, they're all wiped out now.
Naruto Shimaru. And Zetsu's still there, I guess. Is that previous member?
He's the swordsman who fought Dai. Might Die?
Oh right.
Yeah, he was there.
That's really sad because like now that this moment where he like faces his parents is like even more sad than it originally was, because like we didn't really see that much of his relationship with his father, and through these episodes we kind of saw that his father only ever really recognized him as an Uchiha member but not as Itachi himself, right? And it was only until this moment is when he actually acknowledged Itachi as Itachi and acknowledged his decision, and that he didn't have to just live out everything as an Uchiha. Like, he wasn't emphasizing that he had to do this because he was an Uchiha, which is what he did to Itachi like his whole life. He just says like, you have to do so and so because you're Uchiha, you have to protect the clan, you're an Uchiha. Like, it was just so much emphasis on Uchiha, but this is the only moment where he actually says like, I'm proud of your own decision, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but isn't that because he made the decision? He couldn't, there was no point in talking about Uchiha anymore because he already decided. Like, he finalized.
Yeah, but the thing is, he never even tried to like argue or anything. That's the thing. Like, he just accepted Itachi's answer. Like, I feel like if he was still not acknowledging Itachi as an individual, he would have at least said something like, why are you doing this to the clan? You're an Uchiha. Like, he would have at least said something like that, right? But rather than saying anything like that, his last words are just like, I'm proud of like your decision and just protect Sasuke. Like, he just acknowledges, at this point, he just really acknowledges Itachi as an individual rather than his blood of being an Uchiha.
I mean, at the same time, he didn't want to have a death match with his son, so he did care for him. It's just the way he showed it.
Holy crap, though! His father had the Mangekyo. Like, I'm so curious what his power was.
Besides controlling Nine Tails?
Yeah, is that his special skill? Is just to control Nine Tails? But like, how would he have even known that unless he actually tried? Maybe it was
Did he?
When
did he try?
Maybe it's when
Obito
and
he
unleashed
used
the
his
Nine Tails.
Mangekyo.
Yeah, maybe he tried to, like, or he could feel that he could use it, but he never did. That's why he was like intensely looking at it. It seemed like he didn't really care what was going on with Itachi, but maybe he was just so concentrated on the
maybe that's how he knows. Would he have got the internal Mangekyo if he transplanted his father's eyes?
He have got an eternal Mangekyo. If he transferred his father's eyes.
I know his siblings. No, he has Mangekyo, he doesn't have eternal. That's why he goes blind.
Oh, right.
But then that's...
Yeah, he would... Actually, yeah.
Right? Isn't that like waste of perfectly good Mangekyo?
He could have gotten eternal, actually. Yeah, you're right. From just taking his father.
Did he know at the time? I don't know. I mean, probably the feeling of killing your own family, mom and dad already. He's not going to be like, well, I'm going to go dig my dad's eyeballs out, right? And then...
And also, like, he can't be too strong because he has to face Sasuke. He already planned out that he's gonna die to Sasuke, right? So he can't be too strong. If he has Eternal, then how is Sasuke gonna have any edge against him?
Does the Eternal make them stronger? Or is it just for the eyesight?
Well, you'll have the Mangekyo forever, right? And like, the only reason he was like dying was because he died to Sasuke, really, is because he could play it off as my Mangekyo is losing vision, etc.
Okay, sure, I guess. Maybe. I mean, Itachi's really skillful to try to kill Sasuke, but not kill Sasuke at the same time.
No, but I'm saying, like, it would be more suspicious if he's so strong. Like, he has Eternal Mangekyo, and then Sasuke doesn't even have a Mangekyo, but Sasuke defeats him. It would be suspicious, right? Whereas it's like, if he had an Eternal Mangekyo that was already like almost at its lifespan, then it wouldn't be as suspicious.
Sure.
It's all about the narrative that he's trying to play out.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's probably not the first thing on his mind. Man, I can't believe his girl just got killed by Obito.
Yeah, because when Obito was talking to Sasuke, he said his lover, but then it made it seem like Itachi was the one that killed all of them, right? But Obito was also helping with that too. Like, I don't know, I find it really strange that Itachi went with Obito after, like, knowing that
there was nowhere else to go.
That's true. I guess he had to go with him because they're part of this Akatsuki that he would have wanted to keep a watch out on anyways.
Yeah, because they don't want them to mess with the leaf anyway.
Yeah, you're right. So he would have had to look past that anyways, right? Yeah, you're right. I feel like it was kind of unfair for the father to like not really think about it from like the village's perspective of like the whole Nine-Tailed Fox incident. Like, I understand they probably feel really shitty because they've just been pushed to the outskirts of town, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like they don't really understand the fear that everybody else has. He's just saying like, oh, it's just all history. But at the same time, it's like, well, history has proved that only Sharingan users can control the Nine-Tailed Fox. So I think it's reasonable that they were suspecting that somebody from the Uchiha clan was doing it, and technically speaking, they were right. Their suspicion was right because the person that was controlling it was an Uchiha member.
But it wasn't them. That's the thing that was messed up part.
It wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
But they didn't know, right? They didn't know that there were other Uchihas out there, right? It's like they thought it was just them. So it makes sense, I think, to just keep a watch on them. Because they don't know, right? They don't know that Obito is still alive. They don't know Madara is still alive. So they're keeping watch on whoever Uchihas that they do know. And everything happened within the Leaf Village, right? So I think the assumption that it could have potentially been an Uchiha from the Leaf Village, I don't think it's like unreasonable for them to think that. So the fact that he's saying like they fear us and it's like unreasonable, like I don't think it's unreasonable. I think it's very reasonable. But that's
the thing though. They're just gonna watch the Uchiha clan after. Like, is there ever going to be a point where they're going to trust them? I think that's the problem here.
So, you're saying that their worry is that they'll never be trusted?
Yeah, because at this point, they're just going backwards. So what's the point? Like, why am I even in this village if they're not going to respect me? I think that's the main issue here. It's like, yeah, they can think about, oh, they're scared of us because, one of us can use Sharingan and control the Nine-Tailed Fox, but at the end of the day, you're living in this place and the people here are discriminating against you and they're like, not giving you a chance, right?
Yeah,
so it's like there's like a trust issue. I don't know, it's kind of really messed up. There's no like...
I mean, I think it made sense initially to put them there, but I do think, like you said, I didn't really consider what would happen after that. Because you're right, if they were just kept in that area, then everyone would just continuously discriminate and it wouldn't really improve.
Well, how would they improve it? They're not giving them a chance. Right?
A chance, yeah.
Like initially, yeah, it does make sense if the village is worried about that issue, but at what point?
I guess it's yeah, you're right. And it's not really fair for them to just kind of assume automatically.
Yeah, that's the thing too. They're just assuming.
Then they're basically
it's just both ways.
Because it's supposed to be like innocent until proven guilty, right? So it's a matter of like which way you want to see it, I guess. Like if you want to see it as they're potentially a threat, but I don't know, for this I kind of like, I get that it's very complicated, obviously, and I'm not an expert at this at all by any means, but I feel like it kind of makes sense just because of the severity of the incident, right? Like I'm sure it killed so many people. The infrastructures were all ruined. Like Nine-Tails causes a lot of damage. This is like one incident that could just happen in a split second and thousands of people would die. Versus like maybe somebody like that's wanted for like murdering, they wouldn't be going to this extent, you know? So maybe it's because of the severity also puts pressure on them to keep watch. I mean, I don't know how they could have improved it. Like I don't think they could have. I understand from both sides, which is kind of difficult.
Like, it's because we can see it from both sides. That's why it's difficult. You can't just there's no actually like right answer, right? But at the same time, if Obito never did this, then
it wouldn't have been an issue in the first place.
It wouldn't get to this point where they're like, oh, let's overthrow the government.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not just a matter of because they're Uchiha or something, right? Like if, for example, if this was a case with the Byakugan or something, then suddenly they're going to be the ones on watch, right? It's not like a matter of like the clan itself. It's just because of the factors of the clan. Like they could only control the Nine-Tailed Fox with the Sharingan, which is why I feel like it was kind of reasonable for them to do that. But at the same time, like you said, I don't know at what point that would have ended, like, or how they would have worked towards ending that kind of notion that they have towards the Uchiha.
I think it's also because of the history, right? There wasn't like someone like Madara, but from the Byakugan side. Because Madara technically did come back with the Nine-Tailed Fox and attack the Leaf Village, so then they're using that as, oh, they did it before, they're going to do it again. The narrative?
Yeah,
because it happened before?
Because it has happened before as well.
That's another problem with that.
That's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I think it would have had to just be a matter of like time and like people actually willing to look into that other perspective, like being open-minded too. Being
open-minded, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be afraid of them just because they're Uchiha. You have to like actually get to know them.
Yeah.
And be willing to accept them, I guess.
That's the only way it could have been.
And that's hard.
That is hard.
Like, not everyone wants to be that open about this kind of stuff, or to even like open their heart and try to accept the other person.
Because the thing is, it's like even if the village didn't decide to push the Uchihas to the outskirts of town, like the people within the village are still gonna hear about it, and they're still gonna have their own prejudice against the Uchihas. It's kind of like with Naruto, right?
Yeah.
Like they just hear that he's the thing, the nine-tailed fox, and then they all start treating him a certain way, right? So if they hear, it's not like they were being treated just because of the placement. The people in the village would have already had those kind of thoughts. They would have thought.
Did the village have those thoughts, or is it just the higher ups?
Is it just the higher ups?
I feel like the villagers would still see them as the police force, right?
Right. They wouldn't know about.
They wouldn't know.
Thing,
I'm pretty sure. So it's only the higher ups.
So it's just a matter of if the higher ups, if the Hokage was ever in the position to kind of look past or forgive them, not forgive them, kind of forget about the incident. Yeah, decide to trust them. And I think based on the Hokages that they've shown us, which is like Minato, after that Tsunade, and then possibly Naruto, I feel like those people would have given the Uchiha a chance and tried to improve it.
Yeah, I mean, Danzo was in power, so
yeah.
Could it really worked out? Danzo was in power.
That's true. He would have. Oh yeah, right. Up until Tsunade, he was still in charge, and he would have tried to do some stuff.
No matter
You're
what,
right.
he tried to kill Sasuke just because.
But that's just him, right? I'm saying like the people after that, they would have started to trust the Uchihas again, because they would have been like, okay, there's years of them not really doing anything, and they're being great to the village.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the point, though. It's because Danzo gave this idea of killing them all.
it's because Danzo. Because like we don't know if he didn't kill them, it might have improved. Like things might have improved.
What the Uchiha clan actually went through with overthrowing the Hokage, that's the thing too. It's like, okay, what if Danzo never came with his plan, and then Itachi never told them that the Uchihas were planning this? Would the Uchihas been able to stop it? Like, would Susue be able to persuade them if he never tried to confront Danzo and got his eyes stolen? Because his Genjutsu was like the strongest, right? Maybe his idea would have worked, or
there's a lot of
Itachi going back and talking to him.
It's just Danzo not being open-minded.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, what's done is done. That's the problem. And then when third Hokage just like apologizing to Itachi, I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
man?
like there was nothing else that could be done. I was kind of pissed off at that scene because I was just.
It's like Danzo's doing everything, because Danzo was like, yeah, push to pull. Third Hokage is just gonna go with whatever I do. So at this point, he already knows. Like, Danzo acknowledges whatever the hell he does, Third Hokage is just gonna go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, on the surface, yeah, Third Hokage wants to not, massacre all the freaking Uchihas, right? But at the end of the day, if you can't think of anything else, you know what, Danzo? Okay, let's go with that.
He still did it. That's the thing.
Yeah, so I want to believe if we were Hokage, we would be a better Hokage than what Third and Danzo did. So how would we solve this conflict?
Oh, that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. From our power, what can we do? Like, I get it. Since there's already distrust already, if we're already shoving the Uchihas to that point. But are we at what point are we talking that we're Hokage? So if we were Hokage in the beginning, would we shove them in the corner? Or keep them in the central? That's number one.
Would we have done that? I don't think I would have done that.
Even though there's a chance that one of them were the ones who did this? See,
I feel like I would have done it in a different way. Like, keep them watched, but not, like, out them like that. You know what I mean? Like, they have suspicion on them, right? Like, maybe they could have had, like, certain individuals as suspects. Like, obviously, they're gonna have to be an excellent shinobi, first of all. They have to have Sharingan, right? They could have narrowed those down first, then look at those suspects. That's what I would have done.
Oh, suspects, okay.
Yeah, like, so number of a couple suspects, like people that are actually potentially strong enough to even do something like that. So obviously, like,
what if
like
there's
the
no individual
leaders-
like that? Because based on the history, Madara Uchiha is the only one who was able to do this. Yes, he did have Sharingan, but he was the only one strong enough to do this. And
that's why I narrowed down, like, maybe top 50 strongest.
Okay, we look at the top 50, but the top
strongest
50
Uchiha.
is nothing close enough to Madara. Isn't that the issue, though? Right? If I'm the Hokage, shouldn't I know inside out, like, how the Uchiha is? I'm pretty sure they would have books on each like passports or information on them,
Yeah.
and you were able to just see none of the Uchiha members are this strong.
You're right.
So wouldn't that itself end the suspicion?
And the suspicion.
There's no way there's someone like Madara that's that strong from
they
the
could've-
village.
I don't think they. Maybe like that.
What do you think?
Maybe they thought that they were hiding it. Because if you have that kind of power, you wouldn't tell people. It's kind of like the Sasuke's father. He did have the power, but he never told anybody because it's too like people would abuse it if they knew, right?
Yeah.
So
in a sense, he was for the village.
who?
Sasuke's father. Like he doesn't want to do it, but it's just that the village people want to do it, and he's hiding it.
The clan.
Yeah, the clan wants to
Yeah.
do it. So suspect wise, is that enough to clear it though? Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's
Though,
like,
like
it's still. I guess it really just comes back down to if you are going to decide to trust them. That's just what it comes down to.
so it's just trust.
It's just a matter of if you're willing to trust or not.
Because they downplayed the moving by saying that they moved to other clans' village too. But I'm pretty sure the other clans' village weren't monitored. That's
they
the
weren't.
problem.
They weren't.
So our first seeing how this played out and how it went downhill, would we have moved the Uchiha clan? Or just rebuild exactly where it is?
I think I would have just checked with a couple people.
No, we're talking about rebuilding time. Rebuilding time first.
Oh.
There's no point in you
Like
checking.
if we're moving them.
No, because it's destroyed.
Mhm.
We're village building right now.
I mean, yeah, I would just
Rebuild it,
I would
same
just
spot.
build them the same spot,
Okay.
and then have somebody actually go watch them. Because
Like a
why-
special mission for Anbu just to keep
Yeah,
an eye.
yeah,
on them.
like to ensure that they still live the same way they do. Like, why
Yeah.
would I should.
Honestly, if they did that, I feel like they wouldn't be so riled up.
Yeah,
Am I right?
yeah, because they're only really riled up because they
They
got
were
moved.
Yeah, they were
Mhm.
moved, and then they were able to tell from all the tall buildings, right?
That they were being watched.
hmm
But if they just had like Ambu or something, like some kind of mission where like a couple people just like check up on them or something
Mhm.
like that, I feel like that would have been better.
It would have been prevented. I'm pretty
Because
sure.
at least it's not a big show. Like, oh my god, Uchiha are all moved there, and then it's like so clearly obvious to them that they're
the
underwatched.
police force
right?
moved to the corner. Yeah,
Yeah, like-
obviously, yeah.
I think if they wanted to be suspicious, they should have at least had the courtesy of hide that suspicion that they hold.
So it doesn't.
So that
build
it
into
doesn't
something. If
build
it's
into
wrong,
something.
if
Yeah.
that suspicion is wrong,
It's
you want
kind
to
of
offend
like
them.
yeah, exactly. Because it's kind of like if you and me were, I had some kind of assumption,
Mhm.
right? I
And
wouldn't
there's
like
no proof.
accuse you. Yeah,
And
like
there's
I
no
wouldn't
proof.
accuse you about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd like keep an eye out on your actions, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't like suddenly confront you and
Yeah.
accuse you. And like in a way, Danzo just like outing them like that is kind of telling them to the face, like we're suspicious of you.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Third Hokage was actually okay with moving them
Yeah.
to the corner and was like, "Yeah, there's training grounds there."
Mhm.
So is that the first fault there?
What do you mean?
That was the first fault, moving them in the corner.
Mhm.
So maybe we would have prevented the Uchiha massacre
Because
and
I
the
just
Uchiha
didn't-
revolution if we didn't move them.
Mhm.
So is that a trust issue?
It's a trust issue, I think so.
So they already messed up from the very beginning.
Mhm.
Like they did not trust them.
Mhm. I think so. Because like you said, they already had like back when they were Itachi was looking at the surveillance cameras, they had a book of like every single Uchiha member,
Mhm.
it seemed like, and it would have had like a whole bunch of details about them, and
Yeah.
it would have probably most likely been correct because it was like from Anbu, right?
Yeah, they watch them all the time.
They're
yeah.
watching them. So like I feel like it just they could have done that, but just like under the table, like not tell anybody,
Mhm.
under the surface, nobody knows about it. Like you do your own investigation.
Like top 5 candidates,
Yeah.
suspects.
You do your own investigation, but they don't know,
Mhm.
right? And it's kind of stupid in a sense too that they're even doing that because like if the person that summoned the Nine-Tailed Fox was an Uchiha member, now that they are being watched, they'll just not do anything then. Aren't they trying to catch who the individual
Yeah,
is?
they are. So
Like,
they should
It's honestly
show
a
no
stupid
suspicion.
done.
That's what you're saying. They
Yeah.
should, if they're trying to catch the culprit, you wouldn't want to let them know
That
we're
we're
looking
watching.
for you.
Yeah, exactly. They should have done
Okay,
it
sure.
secretly.
There's also okay, fine, okay, yeah.
and
There's
then
also
try
that.
to investigate secretly and then they probably
okay.
over time they would have realized, okay, there's nobody really to suspect here, because they're not at the level of power that would have been required to do the nine-tailed fox.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.